Milwaukee, Forbes, another 3. Oh, no! This is the Random Scrub Heat Podcast.
Yeah! Welcome to what will be your new favorite panel of the Random Scrub Heat Podcast. We're going to do some introductions for those of you who are new to our voices. If you're on the audio medium, appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcast medium you listen to. But the new voices that you hear, I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd, and I'm joined today by a member of our panel full of melanin, the Kang Gang, the OGs of the Kang Gang, the 4 horsemen of the basement, as I like to call them. We're going to say somebody for last. Everybody on YouTube already see my guy, but we're going to save him for last. Start with my dog, Kang Kendall. Kendall, how you doing today, brother?
Blessed.
Always.
Okay. Blessed and highly favored. What can I say? Another Miami season and ending in disappointment. To color me shocked. Actually, don't color me at all.
I'm already colored. the boy changed his mic to a worse mic.
Yeah, so which is nuts.
Oh, for real?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Change your mic to the mic you had that before. In this settings, I think that one came clear.
I just put my beats on. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I think you just need to change the mic. You can keep the beats though. Also,
I was gonna do that anyway, but
I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
Also, pulling up to work, unusual, beside himself, not like him, but he nonetheless. My boy Kane Threat pulling up. Threat, how you doing today, gang?
Hey man, it's a beautiful day. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. You feel me? My boy Kyrie is in the building. TD Gardens. Gonna make it rain. I'm really rooting for my dog. That's my favorite player in the NBA. Top 3 favorite player all time. So I want to witness some greatness from my boy. So today's gonna be a good day because today's the fall off of the Celtics, man. It starts game 1.
Absolutely, and you know what? We might do a playback during game 1 of the finals. You know what I mean? Your boy might pull up to work for a little bit today. Not me. I'll make sure that I only include myself. I'm amongst the panel of guys who will very quickly let me know that I am tripping and get out the way. But rounding out this panel, ladies and gentlemen, y'all see him. Y'all love him. Y'all have missed him. Y'all see some of the comments already chanting his name. My nigga. My boy, straight from the DMV. My boy Kane TJ. TJ, long time, my boy. How you doing today?
Hey man, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be with the gang. You already know. No Caucasians in sight. That is a good day for me. What's good with y'all boys, man? Happy to see everybody in the chat. Happy to be back, man. Fuck the Celtics, by the way. We always on that. But yeah, man, that's pop.
No, for sure. But yeah, if y'all want to catch TJ, y'all make sure y'all check him out on TikTok, on all platforms, to be honest with you. Because my boy is getting it in, putting in work. Beautiful to see. Love to see him brushing out.
Seeing him doing WNBA content, actually, which is crazy.
Hey,
bag is deep, brother. The bag is deep.
Really
Come on.
He really getting out here. He really getting out. I see graphics and all when I go over there on TJ page.
I know what he not at though.
What? We can't say that right now because live in the flesh. My boy sitting right here. But to the topic of the day, I heard 5 reasons to do a pod, and Kendall brought it to me that it would be a very good idea for us to do our same version of that pod. We're going to take both versions and we're going to put it together. So we're going to do the 5 best decisions of the Jimmy Butler era and the 5 worst decisions of the Jimmy Butler era. We'll go ahead, throw out a couple, and then we'll kind of like try and find a list or break it down. So before we do that, I want to thank David Sasson with the $2 dono. He said, here's $2 to help buy out Tyler's contract. Good brother, I will match every dollar you put in here to get us out of there. But we'll just go around. Everybody gonna give 2, and then we'll try and cut the list down to a list of 5. So if everybody does 2, then we'll get 8, and then we'll eliminate 3 at the end of that. So TJ, we're gonna start with you, bro, and we're gonna go around one by one. TJ, give me. Y'all want to do best or worst first? Best decisions or worst? You know what? We best at the hate, so we gonna save the hate for last. Let's do the best
I was just
decisions
thinking
first.
that.
Yeah. Let's start with some positivity. Let's start uplifting people. TJ, give me one of your best decisions during the Jimmy Butler era that the Heat have made.
There, not many. You know, slim pickings, brother. We can start light though. We can start like Sonic Caleb Martin on that two-way. That original like getting him from Charlotte and everything like that. Brother has been phenomenal for them, even though they about to lose him for absolutely nothing, which that leads to the other side, but we ain't gonna talk about it. But yeah, Sonic Caleb Martin on the two-way, bro. He was amazing for them in the Eastern Conference Finals. He's been an amazing role player, probably the best undrafted, not named Duncan Robinson that they signed in this like new era that they've been going through, where they just getting all these role players from undrafted free agency. So yeah, Caleb Martin, man, he's been money for them.
I like that one. I like Caleb Martin. He has been, I won't say a revelation. Like he is what he is, but like he's been a great addition for them in terms of just having a Swiss Army knife piece that they can bring off the bench and sometimes start. Threat, give me one. One of the five best decisions they made in Jimmy era.
The one that I'm gonna go with picking up PJ Tucker, bro. Picking up PJ Tucker, having us go through a little run with PJ. He brought some great defense. He brought some tenacity to the team, veteran presence. He was good for the run, majority of the run up until the last series. Honestly, bro, I respected PJ Tucker. Timely corner threes as always. Just hustle plays. He's probably maybe my second favorite acquisition that they acquired in the whole entire Jimmy Butler era. He was real fun to watch. So I like the PJ Tucker pickup at the moment. I just didn't want to pay him, of course, but I did enjoy the initial pickup of PJ.
I like that one too, bro. Like I think that was a good solid addition for the team. Gave them somebody who was interchangeable in a sense with Bam in terms of being able to guard up and stuff like that. He was actually the best version of what they've tried to put next to Bam here, which is a smaller power forward who can play up. Kendall, what's one of the best moves that he's made in Jimmy Butler era?
I'm gonna take the easy one and just say extend him and Max and Bam Adebayo when they did. I mean, because that was the first year bro really started. When he was drafted, it was in a dark age for Miami Heat basketball where I was like very pissed off at the team. So I was like in and out watching. But for Bam, like his first season as a full-time starter, like them, I wouldn't say give him the keys, but like made him a priority within what the team was trying to do. Bro made an all-star team and an all-defensive team, I believe. Like, and that's like, I wouldn't say it was a risk because like you saw how good he was, but at the same time, it's like we've seen players like do something one year, get paid, and then that doesn't and then that doesn't turn into like a good move at the end of the day. But yeah, signing Bam, like bro has been the running mate with Jimmy Butler, and yeah, like that was a good move. Like he was worth all the money and A plus extension.
Yeah, I think anything that involves Bam will fall into this category. Extending Bam, laundry list of things that could go right. What am I going to go with? Like TJ said, it's slim pickings. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get through 2 rounds of this shit because I haven't liked much of anything that they've done during the Jimmy Butler era. But I will say that mid-season trade for Andre Iguodala and Jay Crowder, that's probably going to make my list. Like that's the first year of Jimmy Butler, and I believe, like I'm taking this from Kendall though, like I believe that first year was probably the best iteration of this bill that they've had in terms of like rounding it out, trying to balance out the young players and the veterans, mixing in some championship pedigree into that lineup, and it did eventually make it to the finals despite whatever it meant for the bubble. But yeah, picking that mid-season trade where you were able to get off of Justice Winslow, and then you picked up 2 high-quality role players. Like I'm gonna throw that in the ring. TJ, what's your next one?
Oh boy. Hey, brother. That might be it. That might be the one. It's been a whole lot of ass this one. I mean, I don't know.
you need some options.
Letting Gabe Vincent and Max Strus walk, I'll say that was a good move. Not extending them, falling into that same trap that we've seen them fall into before, where they've overpaid and given role players that are playing above their head way too much money in order to keep that continuity going. So I would say like letting Max Strus and Gabe Vincent go was more like it was a break. It was them breaking their habits, which is kind of all I wanted them to see. Like all I wanted to see from them is not do the same thing that they've done over and over and over again. So it was a breath of fresh air just to let them walk, and it kind of worked out. I mean, Max Strus was hooping a little bit for the Cavs, but it turned out it didn't even matter in terms of the Heat. So letting them two walk, bro, is cool with me.
Yeah, I like that. Like being able to break their habits has been a big thing. Anytime that they try and do it, then you want to give them credit for it. It hasn't happened very often though. Like they have stuck to the script for the better part of these 5 years. Threat, you got another one?
Yeah, this will probably be my last one, by the way. But honestly, it's probably drafting Jaime Jaquez. You can't complain, bro. He's all. Well, oh, you guys don't want to say that one? What's wrong with that one?
No, I just gotta think now.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, I like drafting Jaime Jaquez. I still would have preferred Cam Whitmore.
Yeah, no, I'm only saying that because one, at the end of the day, he ended up being all rookie team, which is great because my envision of him is him getting flipped. Pause. That was crazy. Actually, that was nuts. I'm not gonna lie. But him getting moved, him getting traded is he makes a great asset to facilitate a trade for a bigger piece or multiple pieces. So I like the acquisition of Jaime Jaquez during the Jimmy Butler era, and it's also if they don't move him, maybe he is the Jimmy Butler replacement, a poor man's, super poor man's. The who can I say the Solomon Hills of Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying?
The Raul
Neto. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Jaime Jaquez, man. I like that one.
The Frank
brother, brother, can you give me that quote again? He's getting what again?
He's getting traded. He's getting moved.
I believe. I gave him with an F. What was the word? Does anybody have it?
That's diabolical work from that man right there.
Nice.
Kendall, you got another one, brother?
Damn. No Kendrick album. Let me see, bro. Like, bro. I guess Kevin Love, bro. Like, Kevin Love, I think in Game 5 against Milwaukee scored like 15 and had 10 or 8 rebounds. Like, Kevin Love, when he got here, like, I think he helped the vibes a little bit for them boys, even though I'm not really a person that cares about that too much because I don't live it and I can't see that like on a day-to-day basis. But also, like, on the court, Kevin Love like had little spurts where he was like a 7-6 man type production, giving us 12 points and 6 rebounds over like 10-12 game stretches like this past season when it looked like things were going to turn around. But I think that was a good move. It's few and far between. It's hard, bro, because they just didn't do much. But so like I got to give Kevin Love his respect and say Kevin Love for sure, because even though we knew like bro wasn't playing at all, like, so for him to not be playing at all, but to be a contributor and like a consistent player for us in that run last year, And even at times this year, bro, like he always did as much as he could. Like he was never pointing at Kevin Love. You feel me? Like if he couldn't do something, it wasn't because like he stank and he didn't have talent. It's because he was old. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that boy. I hope he doesn't have to play here anymore because we get an upgrade. But I'm pretty sure he will be our 7th man next year.
Yeah, they're 100% bringing Kevin Love back. He will be on this roster next year.
Yeah. That I'm not. I would hope he wouldn't have to play. Let's put it that way, regularly, but he will.
Yeah, he for sure. 139 people watching on this random unannounced stream. We appreciate all y'all. Make sure y'all like this video on YouTube, and make sure y'all listen to the Random Scrub Heat podcast.
We really done. We really done boys now.
Shit move when we get on these podcasts. And I just ain't gonna hold you. So I wanted to get a couple of honorable mentions out the way before I gave my last one. Even though they're not really honorable mention, they could really go in the bad move category. That Victor Oladipo shit, that shit was fucking hilarious. When they first traded for him and they traded Kelly Olynyk or whatever, like not everybody was on board, but I was. Like I'll admit it. That first day or two, I was like, all right, we got some. And then we got on the court. I was like, no, we don't. I want to say something nice about Kyle Lowry.
Keep it pushing, big dog.
Okay.
Well, Wayne said, I'd rather be pushing flowers than be on the stream bigging up Lowry.
Okay, y'all have convinced me. I'll just get to my one that might not really be a one. Having the balls to start Nico down the stretch of this past season, like I enjoyed that. Like that to me felt like they knew they weren't going nowhere. So they punted and then focused on his development, gave Jaime all the minutes earlier, let him develop or whatever. That felt like a showcase in a lot of sense. And that's why there's a potential that those guys could be moved for something significant right now. Like, so display, like letting those guys, come on now, y'all knew I was going to bring it home, but letting those guys kind of get that exposure and experience to the rest of the NBA community so that their new home can be attracted and trade us wonderful things for them. Then that to me was kind of like one of the better moves in the string. So now I'm gonna let y'all eliminate one of the options. TJ, we coming back to you, brother. Which one of these do you want to take off the list first? So like we're gonna make a top 5 list. Which one of these not as good as the other ones? So right now we got the Caleb Martin pickup, the PJ Tucker pickup, the Bam extension, the Iggy and Jay Crowder acquisitions, letting Gabe and Max walk, drafting Jaime Jaquez, Kevin Love, and then we got showing off the young guns. So which one of those is good, but not as good as the rest?
Let's go with Kevin Love just because he's an elder. Doesn't move me personally, you know. He is a swing. Maybe I hit the 3. I am a ball mover. I am a turnstile on defense. I am here strictly for vibes and good energy. So yeah, let's get Kevin Love out of there.
Yeah, okay. I can fuck with that. I like Kevin Love personally. I like having professional NBA players, professional competent NBA players, despite like the limitations or whatever. Good positional defender, better than Dedmon and Zeller to me. You know, so I appreciate it, but I'm also not hating on taking out that because you're correct. Buddy has seen his best days already, and they will not be in a Miami Heat uniform. Threat, what you taking off the list? You need me to recap?
I got it. I'm gonna be real with you. Even as I'm gonna just say this, the young guns. I'm gonna get that out the paint. Because a lot of people. What happened?
I can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear me?
But it might be me. You just going on. You do your thug thizzle, bro.
Oh,
you talk.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the young guns mainly because, bruh, everybody was talking about during the playoffs. Getting the young guys, playoff experience, brother. In my narrative, in my book, them niggas are not going to be here. So we building up they playoff experience for a whole bunch of other niggas, a whole nother squad, So
that was point, though. Like that's why it was a good thing. They showed them off, let them play, so that other teams could see them and we can trade them.
And them brothers showed absolutely nothing, my brother. At all. We didn't see a spark, a fly of a fuck thing. Maybe 12 minutes of Jaime Jaquez in game 1. If that, bro, I don't even recall what his performance was. It was forgettable. Everything was forgettable, bro. And I'm going to just get the young guys out of there. Shout out to them. I mean, that's what organizations are supposed to do. They're supposed to play their young guys when you don't have guys to fill in the spots. They're supposed to play the young guys when you're injury riddled for years and years, the way the Miami Heat are. They're supposed to play them guys. So I'm not going to give them a pat on the back for that. We're going to get that up out of here, bro.
That's fair enough. We can take that. We can take that. That's a good rationale behind that. David Sasson gave us $2. He said, y'all not rocking with 700-pound Bajelica? No.
I forgot that guy made the roster.
I ain't gonna lie. I was asking you if you needed me to recite them again, like I didn't put them in the private chat, and you could just read them. Kendall, which one of them are you eliminating on the list? So whichever one you eliminate, the last one have to be the top 5.
Yeah, I'm getting them young boys up out of here too.
No, you got to pick a different one. We already eliminated that one, so you got to pick another one.
Oh, I got to pick another one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Might as well get Iguodala in them out.
Nah, letting Gabe and Max walk. I'm not finna, just because the process and how that happened and why they did that. I'm not gonna say it was a good move because it is good, but not better than everything else. Like why they did it, the reason and why they did it didn't come to fruition. So yeah, we get that off of there. They don't get credit for that.
Okay, so we're left with the 5 best things that the Miami Heat have done in this era. Caleb Martin pickup, PJ Tucker pickup, the Bam extension, the Iggy and Jay Crowder addition, and drafting Jaime. And we can do a little, kind of round table of which one we think belongs at 5. If I'm gonna pick one,
hold on. Let me address this one comment. This nigga said Jaime averaged 16 on good field. Brother, what game were you watching, brother? Because I'm looking at the numbers right now. He averaged 12 points per game on 40% shooting, brother. I mean, what the fuck do you niggas be talking about? Shut the fuck up and watch the show, you bitch ass nigga. How about that? And don't bring your bitch ass fake ass stats over here. How about that? Okay. Oh, continue, my good brother.
Correct. We just needed to get a little house cleaning done right fast. But yeah, let's get this round table up. Like, which one of these belongs at number 5? So TJ, I'll let you pick which one belongs at number 5, and then we can debate if we all agree with that. So which one of these out of the 5 we got left, which one belongs at 5?
Niggas don't come to work and they get priority, huh?
Hey, brother.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? The people been asking about this nigga in the chat for 2 months. Let them cook.
I think Jaime, just because it's led to the least, at least with the other ones, they've got a finals appearance or Eastern Conference finals appearance, and then Bam is the best player on the team, So I would say probably put Jaime at 5.
Jaime at 5 is cool with me. Any objections to Jaime at 5? Kendall Threat? No? All right. We'll move on. So what you got at 4?
Okay, so I gotta go 4 instead of just jumping to 1 because I
think we all know what 1 is.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to put. Okay, so give to I know. Okay, we got I'm gonna go Iguodala and the Jay Crowder acquisitions at 4. I'm gonna put that there because the impact was so short. I felt like it was only for that one season. That they really felt the impact. So I'm gonna go Iggy and my boy Jay Crowder.
I agree. I think that's a good way to look at it because it was only for it was really short stint, particularly with Jay Crowder. And then we saw kind of like an upgraded version of that which is going to be one of our other picks. And I think was a good spot for that. Kendall, you good?
Yeah.
What you put?
I'm always good, like grandma cookies. Never gotta worry about that, brother. At 4, I'm gonna put PJ Tucker.
3.
And we
had 3.
Oh, we had 3. Oh,
he did 4. So 5 5.
Yeah.
Jaime.
Oh, I
4.
thought we was
Iggy, and
discussing each one because
if you wanted to, if you got a rebuttal for him putting him at 3, then I'll listen to it.
oh, real quick, I would just say PJ. I would put at 4 actually because he was here a whole season and he like sharply declined, and that team got, while it was like a better like regular season team, like it came up shorter than the team that Iggy and Jay Crowder, like they gave us a boost. And while PJ did at times, like in the playoffs, like PJ was cooked, even the corner threes, it was like, damn. But so at 3, if I had to put one at 3, I would say, so which one? So Jaime at 5, which we put
PJ at 4.
If you put PJ at 4,
I mean, no, we
well,
put Iggy at 4. My fault. Oh, but he, yeah.
you put Threat. So Threat put Iggy at 4. You put PJ at 4. I'm gonna be up. TJ, let me hear what you think in there. Like, are you which one makes more sense to you?
I probably would put PJ at 4. I'd put Iggy and them at 3.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
I think I'm split. Like it could go either way because I think I'm leaning more sort towards what Threat's saying because of the length, like the bubble too, like that 5-month layoff that they got in between the acquisition and them having the success that they ended up having. Like a lot of shit went into their success, but ultimately I do agree that like the team that go further gonna win this coin flip. So we'll put so for now we'll put Iggy them at 3, and then we'll put PJ at 4. So I agree, but yeah, like I think there was a consensus that 4 and 3 need to be those two. So we'll go directly to 2, and it's on me. If I'm going 2, then obviously it's going to be the Caleb pickup at 2. Caleb, for multiple years, has been a positive, a plus piece for the Miami Heat, and in some cases, he's been our best player in winning the playoff series. Like I have no problems confidently saying that Caleb Martin was probably our best player, or not probably, but Caleb Martin was our best player in last year's Eastern Conference Finals. So yeah, that's where I was. Hold on now. Oh, he trying to come back, brother. All right.
But he trying to say 13 instead of 12 point. He rounded up.
Yeah.
Chance niggas take your ass back to school, nigga.
It's okay. But yeah, Caleb Martin he's been a great pickup, and in terms of like individual players that have come through the organization, I think he's been the best like acquisition that they've made out of them all. And that means obviously Bam is going to end up as number 1. The Bam extension, the best thing that the franchise could have done for itself for this build was to make sure that man got paid and paid him early, even though there was some like conversation about like him holding off for the Giannis deal and whatever. But as soon as that shit turned, they quickly got the deal done with Bam. And so that was good on their end. And so I want to make sure I give them credit. We were going to break this up into 2 episodes, but no, we're not. We're going to do the words because we don't know if TJ will be back next week. What's up?
Damn, that's true. Never mind.
No, what's up?
I was just gonna say, bro, I think we got to get to that D Wade talk, bro.
Brother, if you see, y'all ain't read the description in this video. We gonna get to that. We're gonna talk about all that. I don't know how long we got with TJ, so we're gonna do all the topics right now. And if he can come back next week, then we'll come back next week and we'll do it all over again and make up some new ones. But it's always something that we can pull out. We can pull a rabbit out of hat every now and again. These 5 worst decisions. This is gonna be the meat and potatoes of this episode, though.
It's like Zeke after a first down in Dallas.
Come on now. Kendall, we're going to start with you this time, and we're going to do this list. I don't know how many times we can go around, but we're just going to name a bunch of things until we get tired, and then try and whittle the list down from there. Kendall, give me one of the worst decisions that the Miami Heat have made in the Jimmy Butler era.
One of the worst decisions that they have made was literally finessing themselves out of $30 to $40 million possibly, and extending Tyler Hero a year early instead of letting him hit a restricted free agency. And I'll expound on it later, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Brother, spoiler alert, that shit will be number 1 by the end of this shit. I'm going to make an executive decision for the first time in Basement's history. I'm going to make an executive decision for the first time ever. I will not let you niggas put nothing above it.
I got something to go above it, but
I would like.
I do too.
If I'm moved, then okay, I will listen to reason. Y'all don't.
You will be.
But like,
you're gonna be
Tyler
moved.
Hero extension, brother. The worst contract. This is one of the worst moves in franchise history, in my opinion. Like, it's my number one for sure. Threat. What you got?
I gotta go asset management, dog. The poor asset management, not being able to flip none of the guys, bro. Not being able to turn any of that to any positives, letting niggas go for free, for the free ski in free agency. I was about to jump into a whole nother thing, but let me say that one. But yeah, poor asset management, dog. Not being able to flip assets into something productive to build the team into a better contender than what they are, bro. There was always one piece away, and the fact that they didn't turn any of those assets, and you guys know the ones that I'm talking about, into anything. Like, let me just throw out one. The one everybody knows, bro. You didn't do anything with Kendrick Nunn. I know he's a bum now, but bro, he was in a Rookie of the Year voting, bro. He was top 3. Why didn't you flip him into something else, bro? Like, why couldn't you get anything out of that, bro? Than what you? I digress, bro. That was terrible to me, bro. It's so many other ones to name. You can name one or multiple every season that he had been a franchise for since in the Jimmy Butler era, bro.
Those are 3 of the worst. like you, I know Wade walking and keeping Whiteside kind of like happened hand in hand, but I separate those. It's like different thing because Wade walking meant something completely different than keeping Whiteside. I don't think I would care as much about keeping Whiteside if we had kept Wade, but that's pre Jimmy Butler. That's before this era, so we're gonna stick here. TJ, what's up, bro? Give me one of the worst decisions that they made.
I'm gonna just say the entire offseason after the bubble, it was just bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. Precious, that happened during that time. Mo Harkless, how you doing? That happened during that time. Nemanja Bjelica, how you doing? Just that entire team, like that entire offseason was awful. The refusal to move Tyler Hero to get something else after he's coming off to that crazy rookie, like the entire offseason in a whole, bro. It was just bad decision after bad decision after bad decision.
Yeah, that was a monumental disaster because you end up acquiring those guys and then flipping both of them in the middle of the season. That's why we end up getting Victor Oladipo. But we end up having to give away Kelly Olynyk, which turned out we lost the trade. Like, by the way, like we lost that trade, giving up Kelly Olynyk for Victor Oladipo. So I got 2 that I want to fire off real quick, but in the spirit of the show, I will give one. But
you might as well go 2 so you could just snake back.
Let's do that because that's running it back in any formation. Like any season, they've done it 3 times. So like pick any one of them and then let that be which running back that I'm talking about. Like that's awful decision making, awful management. And then the other one is I don't know how to name it, but I'm just going to call it the undrafted thing. Like it made no sense, bro. Like everybody know what I'm talking about. You guys are all, regulars here. The undrafted thing, like it just don't make no fucking sense, gang. Like year after year, you're touting your ability to create low-end role players out of nothing players. But it's like you're also telling me you're trying to compete for a championship. Never lined up. It did not make sense. The lack of desire to go get actual NBA talent was fucking disgusting. TJ, go ahead, bro. Give me another.
I'm gonna just go ahead and like unload it. Kyle McRib Lowry. I have never seen an individual report for work every single day and do absolutely nothing for his entire shift. I've never seen nothing like it. It was a problem where we were at a point where nobody else was healthy except for Kyle Lowry, and he continued to do absolutely nothing. One of the greatest heists we've ever seen. Like, they need to make a documentary on this man. It's legendary stuff what he did to this organization, and now he's in Philly. Good for him. I'm happy he's off my team, but the entire Kyle Lowry run, bro, just doing absolutely nothing.
The Kyle Lowry, I think the biggest part of it, like it was cool, like because I like to contextualize it. At the time when they made the signing, like it was like I know some people never liked Kyle Lowry. I want to put that out there before Threat start turning his face up. Kendall, like at the time, though, you know what I mean. Kyle Lowry was one of the most sought after free agents in that market, and I think. Them boys are elite, but yeah, like those guys were two of the. Well, Kyle Lowry was one of the bigger names in that free agency class, and also there was competition for his services. Remember, New Orleans was making a bid, Philly was making a bid, Miami needed a point guard. It was that third year that made it horrible. Like I think everybody could have stomached a 2-year deal where you could have possibly traded him in that second year as an expiring. So you got the one okay year that he gave you, and then you trade him halfway through that second stinker to try and upgrade the roster. That third year forced them to hold on to Kyle Lowry and just trade him a year after it was over with, bro. And bro was never like, nah, bro.
You know what's crazy that you say that, like, before Threat go, is like the first year, bro, like they was the 1 seed and got to a game 7, which is like you would look at it and be like, oh, they had a successful season. And then we got to the finals. So if that happened under them 2 years, like you saying, bro, like it would have probably been like, all right, whatever.
That's a
At least he
win.
gone. Yeah, at least he gone now.
Yeah, so like that's a win. Like them first 2 years, like that's solid. Even his individual performance notwithstanding, the team had greater levels of success when he got here. Cool. He wasn't much of a part of that. You turn that asset into more assets. So you take that $30 million expiring, do something else with it. But they gave him that third year, held on to him too long, and end up having an attachment for. I'm not even going. Threat.
I'm gonna go to Miss Wales, bro, and so much falls into the Miss Wales conversation. Obviously, the first one you think of is Dame. Layup acquisition turned into a fast break turnover, which is very symbolic for this season. Actually, crazy. Not acquiring motherfucking Kyrie Irving for pennies on the dollars. I know they made a fake ass trade, but they had a chance to grab him for pennies on the dollar way before the second time he was demanding the trade. Bro, you could have had Kyrie Irving, bro, and that could have been a whale. You know what I'm saying? Like, just it's too many missed whales, bros, and that leads to not properly addressing the point guard position during the Bam. That's a whole nother one, but during the whole Bam tenure. So yeah, the Miss Wales for me.
So that is actually an interesting one because you're gonna get a lot of countering opinions on that. Like, particularly like from that 5 Reasons pod, bro. Like they tend to like summarily dismiss some of them as like not realistic targets or like not. But Kyrie Irving was very realistic. Kyrie, the price point was low. It was Kyle Lowry and some change or whatever. But then like there's evidence to suggest that Miami didn't even try. I know Kendall has posted this a couple of times about them telling Kyle Lowry or kind of like assuring him that he would not be traded for Kyrie Irving. That was 100% a mistake.
Disgusting.
Yeah, the Dame thing, a lot of people want to blame Joe Cronin. That is your right. I do not blame Joe Cronin for things that the Miami Heat do or don't do. He don't work for the Heat. So why would I blame Joe Cronin? Like I'm not. And if you don't want me to blame the Miami Heat for the Dame trade, and you want me to blame Joe Cronin, then I blame Miami for having no backup plan after the Kyrie Irving thing. There was nothing. There were no follow-ups. There was no alternative plan. Like nothing. There were still players out there to be had to improve this roster. They never made an attempt on them. That is kind of like an actual flaw from the front office. So, I mean, that's going to be debated till the end of time. But whatever, I like it, and I think it's going to – I stopped writing them in the damn private chat, to be honest with you, because it's going to be a whole lot of them. Kendall.
Precious Achua over Tyrese Maxey. Precious Achua over Desmond Bain. Like, just Precious Achua in general, bro. Like, that pick, bro, like, they did not have any, like, it's like I don't know. I felt like they kind of like, well, they must have believed in Gabe Vincent and Max Strus and that development and how that was going. Because at that time, bro, like the only guard we really had was that could even any semblance of playmaking with the ball in their hand was Goran. Like they tried Tyler at the point guard that season after the bubble, like it didn't work. Then I think he started and then they moved him back to the bench or something like that. Like it was like Duncan
That
and
was his second. You talking about Tyler's second year?
Tyler's second year. It was him and
Yeah.
Duncan starting, right? Yeah. So it's like, bro, it didn't work. And for Tyler Hero to be right 100% banging the table for Tyrese Maxey, and they still was like, nah, we gonna take a man named Precious, bro. Like sometimes in sports, like you just got to go with certain names. Like Jalen's in football, bro. Like I'm gonna be moved. You feel me? Like a Ty anything, a Tyrone, a Tyreek, a Tyshawn. Like in football, I'm gonna be moved. Like Tyreek Maxey, Tyrese Maxey sound like a athletic dude name. So it's like, but yeah, that was a bad one, bro. Because like I've seen people recently try to say that they hit on that pick because he's turned into a decent player, and I'm like, brother, like that's not how this works. Like
It's not.
he has to work when you pick him, and that never happened, bro. It never happened. So Precious Achua over Maxi, bro. It's gonna be like a screenshot that lives in like heat, like history for a while. Like
It's gonna be there forever, bro. Like the better Maxi is, the worse that picks looks. And Maxi, like getting better, scoring 50 points in games and shit like that. Like you just feel every one of those buckets. Like it just, but you get 2 picks back to back because we're doing this snake thing. I think we'll go around for the last time and then that'll be it.
hold on, dog's barking crazy. Somebody else can go.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I'm gonna go. Boys ain't gonna like this one, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't care. My dog Cam Whitmore, not getting picked up. Picking Jaime over Cam. I know. One May all rookie. I know. It might look bad right now, but I'm playing the long game, baby. I'm playing the long run right now. You hear me? And I feel like that's going to be a bad pick. Maybe, definitely not to the extent or with the Precious and Maxi, but I just feel like that's going to be a one that stings later, especially knowing that we needed that scoring punch. With these roster constructions, I feel like that's gonna sting a little bit. So I'm gonna throw that one in there, throw a little filler in there.
I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know yet whether or not this gonna make the top 5. I anticipate it won't, but I'm glad that you're lending voice to a worthy cause, my brother. Because for all Jaime Jaquez did, I think that we have seen very close to as good as Jaime Jaquez will ever be in the NBA.
I mean, he's 38.
That's
He's 38, brother.
Prigioni vibes. That's what I'm getting out here. Like, brother, he came into here a grown man, 401k, 2 children, retirement benefits. So, like, I get it. Jaime's good, and he's everything that he was built as, like pro ready. You know what I mean? Very skilled in the post, great footwork and all this kind of stuff. So it was a good pick, not to disparage it. But I think, like, at a stage where Miami was, considering like hindsight and everything, like you should have went for upside for sure. And it was clear by the end of the season because that's when G League Jordan blossomed in the NBA. But like Cam Whitmore is going to be some kind of problem. He's an athletic freak already, but like he has chops as a basketball player. And I think Houston's going to reap the benefits of a Miami Heat mistake. TJ, you got another one in there? Oh, what's up, Kendall?
No, I my dogs they quiet, so I was gonna say my second one, or my last one. That 2022 season at the trade deadline, not doing nothing.
The one year.
Yeah, I think Duncan Robinson was no longer a necessity for this team. And if you tried hard enough. I think it might have cost 2 picks, but we might not have Jaime Jaquez, and we might not have had the pick that we traded with Kyle Lowry, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? If you leave with a Jeremy Grant, like at that time, bro, like Duncan didn't do anything. And me and Thur were like two strong like soldiers on that front line saying like get them just give them a boost like to because the team we couldn't sit up here and say the team was bad. But Jimmy had got hurt, Bam had got hurt, like, and they missed substantial time, and team still kept it together. Kyle Guy was winning games.
I'm about to say we were saying it in the moment. We hated that team.
Yes, we did. But literally, like when they lost the second game versus Indiana, we was complaining. But yeah, I just felt like that was a time and opportunity they could have went for, and I think that was a season that was the best opportunity to win a championship. Like in all of like the 3 runs that they had, running into LeBron James and Nikola Jokic, like 2 all-time greats. Yeah, you would have ran into Steph, but if there's anyone out of the 3 that you could like bottle down and get the best of, was Steph Curry and like an older, like just reinvented themselves, quote unquote, like Golden State Warriors team. Like Andrew Wiggins, cool. Jordan Poole, Shell, like hot and cold, run hot and cold. I don't know if Tyler would have played at that point if we would have made the finals, but they won in the same, so that's a matchup. I'm taking Bam over like Clay and Draymond at that point in their career. Like, and if you add like a guy like Jeremy Grant, even bro, like Jeremy Grant was the name that we was told, but for me, I was looking at PJ Washington. Like I was like, dude was in a place where it was like he ain't doing nothing. He is terrible over there. If you throw Duncan in a first, I think they would take it because you're giving them a first round pick. So you make it unprotected. So what? Because in 2023 unprotected first, that means no Jaime. But who cares, bro? Like you would have had PJ Washington just to give them something. You would have saved PJ. I think that was the opportunity. Them doing nothing that deadline was major for me. Like it was a swing and a miss.
Good brother. It was, bro. Because also to your point, like that Golden State team was one where the matchups that you were alluding to, like you were comfortable, especially like defensively. Like of all the situations that we put Gabe in, I think a situation with him chasing around Steph is one that he could have played better than he did against Jamal Murray for sure. Like that situation, like him just running around, like yeah, I agree. Like making that move at the 2022 deadline would have been phenomenal, and could have been the move that put them over the top. TJ, last one.
This kind of extends over the entirety of the Jimmy Butler era. Just a lack of direction when it comes to the roster. The entire time we haven't figured out backup big other than the 1 year when we had Kelly Olynyk. But other than that, backup big has been a turnstile the entire run. We haven't figured out a way to maximize Bam Adebayo at all. He get his offense out the mud. Literally, he had to start shooting threes and all these middies because there was nobody else to just get him the ball, getting him free lobs and easy looks at the rim. So lack of direction there. What are we doing at point guard? We still haven't figured that out. They tried the Kyle Lowry thing, and yeah, they took a swing with it, but it still didn't work out. So we're still trying to figure that out. The undrafted, just the roster as a whole with a lack of direction in terms of do we want to go old? Do we want to go young? It's kind of looking like we don't really know. So we're just going to put this shit together and see what happens. Let's roll the ball out. So just a lack of direction overall for every single thing on the roster, every single position on the roster except for Jimmy and Bam.
I agree. Like I think another thing that you can add into that category is guard play. Like I think during this entire bill, like Goran is the closest thing that we've had to a lead guard. And after he got injured that first year, then he was a shell of himself then. So like we haven't really been able to address kind of like point guard the entire time. So we can go ahead and we can start like ranking these now. I think we got a good solid group. If you got any honorable mentions, speak now or forever hold your peace. No? Okay. we can rank these going from worst from number 1 down to number 5. All right, so we got the list. I'm going first. Tyler Hero is number 1 on this list. That extension is the worst thing to happen to this franchise. I don't believe that they saw the new CBA on the horizon or how punitive that they would make it. But even before that, it felt like if you were going to extend him at $27 million, then he needed to become, over the life of that contract, a player that I did not believe he could become. And so far, I've been proven right. Like, in order for him to justify this contract, and I know there's the argument like that was the going rate or whatever. If this is the best front office in the league, then they should have the foresight to be able to set trends and not follow them. That is how I believe that if you want to tout this front office as being great or whatever, I believe that they should be the people who are saying, I don't care if the New York Knicks pay RJ Barrett $27 million. RJ Barrett is not a good player, and the New York Knicks are a bad franchise. I will not pay them. I do not care if the Portland Trail Blazers play Anthony Simons $28 million. I will not be following their example. And if you the worst comes to worst, he plays on that option, and then you pay him the next year after he does something. But I believe they prematurely paid Tyler Hero, and I think that was like a snowball effect for the rest of the roster. Him being that high on your payroll has limited everything subsequently that you were able to do. And like that on top of like your own biases against particular sports agencies like Clutch, which is another stupid ass conversation that's going on. This is the only organization that has never signed a Clutch player. How the fuck can you not see that Major Passings? I will keep talking to you on the timeline. I just go
Jamal Cain, they said.
Huh?
Jamal Cain.
Shut, bro. But yeah, I'm putting Tyler Hero number 1 because of how that signing cascaded into them being backed into a corner once this new CBA.
Nigga, Clutch don't even know they got Jamal Cain on the contract.
Rich Paul has never heard of it.
Rich Paul don't even know what he look like. He don't know what league he is.
You with us?
You sure?
That nigga in the Clutch G League agency. TJ, what you putting at number 2 on the list?
I disagree with your number 1, by the way, but I'm gonna let you cook.
That's immaterial. It's already
Kyle Lowry
and actually your fucking
has to be
my number 2.
Kyle Lowry is my number 1. Fuck what you talking about? It's just he was Jimmy Mans, they was gassing the boy up. They were saying, he was supposed to do all this stuff for Bam and for the offense. And I mean, bruh, we ain't getting none of that, none of that. We got him getting the ball to Bam and getting the fuck out the way. That's about it. Like that's all he do. Bro.
Him dribbling up to the restricted area and turning around and moving.
Bro, passing up layups. Like,
we got a lot of pointing out there for these 3 years.
Oh, he'll direct some shit. He'll direct some shit. But like, bro, that has to be it. All that bread they paid him. I mean, just 3 years of wasted time, brother. 3 years of wasted time. Yeah, we got to the Eastern Conference Finals and the finals with him on the roster, but it wasn't like because of him, He was kind of just there, So but Kyle Lowry, that's the one for me, bro. That's the one.
I got a little pushback for you though, bro.
What's up?
What about when he carried us that one January?
Oh my God.
Was it like a March? He had a hell of a March. We averaged like 13 points.
That boy had a December, January.
Boy, that was so disgusting. That narrative was so nasty, boy. That shit was disgusting. They niggas gave us 1 month and 2 years, bruh. Niggas is so nasty, bruh.
Saying we supposed to apologize. Fuck that nigga. Right?
We should apologize to Kyle Lowry. That's insane work. Threat, what you putting at number 3, brother?
So let me skip 3, 4, and jump to 5. Let me put something at 5.
Okay.
What I'm gonna put at 5 is the undrafted thing. I feel like that's became such a crutch to the franchise, bruh. It's almost like they go out their way just to build a bitch up. Like I changed this broke ass nigga life. That's the motto that the franchise want to live by. They want to change every broke nigga life. They don't want to pull no bitch who got it on her own already. They want to build every bitch up. Like y'all boys.
They turned the roster into one of them cities. Want to be an Eastern Conference Final MVP runner-up?
Like, dog, please, you gotta give Spo something to work with, dog. It is disgusting, dog. You bringing year-old groceries and telling fucking Spo to go to work and be motherfucking chef, motherfucking what Salt Bay, whatever the nigga name is, Gordon Ramsay. They want that nigga to be Gordon Ramsay with groceries that are expired, brother.
Oh, he was in Hell's Kitchen, all right.
Oh God, bro! Like the undrafted thing has become a crutch, and they go out their way to build up every undrafted free agent, and that's disgusting to me, bro. Enough is enough. That should be the last year of any undrafted anything, bro. Have some respect.
So I ain't gonna lie. Being the captain save-a-hole of NBA franchises has not been fun for me. I ain't gonna hold you, baby. I'm not trying to go and make no housewife out no stripper. And that's what Miami has been doing routinely. Going into these bandos, finding the hoe sleeping on the dirty carpet, and bringing her to the mansion. Haywood Highsmith, Jamal Cain, Drew Smith, Max Drew, Gabe Vincent. None of you niggas should be NBA players, bro. God bless you. I love to see black men get paid. So excluding Max Strus. But like, I love to see black men get paid.
That was crazy.
But listen, bro, like you can't do it for everybody. You can't save everybody. So we got 1, 2, and 5. That's exactly how I thought this show would go. Kendall, you can pick 3 or 4 and put you something in there. I don't really, and we'll just slide something in the ladder.
Oh, you on mute, brother?
Yeah.
Oh, I will say that Kyle and Tyler one, that's a rough one. Because y'all, like, like, Tyler is so bad, but Kyle is so bad because Kyle was here and he played. And why I want to lean Kyle is because Tyler extension just kicked in. But when you think, bro, like Austin, y'all remember last offseason they was talking about Austin Reeves getting $100 million? The Lakers let him hit restricted free agency. That offer never came. If you let Tyler Hero hit restricted free agency, Austin Reeves got 4 for 53. Tyler would have got 4 for 76, 4 for 80.
Something like that.
It wouldn't have been as crazy as it is.
And we cool with that. We cool
Bruh,
right there.
You're cool with that, brother.
Cool,
Not
yeah.
me. I would have never been cool with it, brother. You're on your own, buddy.
You're wrong.
Okay, listen. Nah,
No,
okay.
ain't that bad.
Y'all
Ain't
got
that
me.
bad.
You're right. I would not have been cool with that. But I'm just saying, anything 21, 22-ish and under
market.
That's cool.
It's tolerable. Like for a Tyler Hero level player. I probably still wouldn't like him as a player, but like anything, him being paid in that range wouldn't offend me as much as what he actually got.
Disrespect to your intelligence. I feel because that deal giving him 4 for 20, 27, 29, 31, 33, bro. Like,
oh my God.
That's disrespectful to my basketball knowledge, bro. Like, you could watch that man them first 2-3 years, bro, and they did it after he won a 6th Man of the Year. So it's like, but you paid him as a starter. Like, he just showed you that he could be great doing one thing, and you gave him money to do another. But I ain't mad at him for taking it. Obviously, go black man, get your money. I had to. Hey, the Strus one, I had to.
Pat Bell did call that boy the blackest white boy in the league.
Hey, I ain't listening to Pat Bell. I'm sorry. I ain't take that back. Strike that from the record, LJ. Edit that. So 3, I will probably go bro. Precious Achua over Tyrese Maxey is 3 for me. Like, bro, that's dangerous, bro. Like, when that nigga Maxey pulled from the Knicks logo in that game, low key Tyrese Maxey had a Reggie Miller moment in Madison Square Garden. He scored like 7 points in like 30 seconds, bro. Like, that boy nice, like, and he nice over there. He would have been. He might have been. He might be great over here, bro. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I think Tyrese Maxey might be. He might have trended towards like Damian Lillard territory if Spo got a hold of him. I will go.
I think that's a bit much.
That's how wild, bro. Under Spo, that's how like.
I was thinking like Super Goron. You know what I mean?
Nah,
like,
hell no, bro. He would have been better than bro. What does Super Goron even mean?
Faster version of Goron, like one man fast break type shit. Like,
bro, the way that boy be bombing and shooting from range, bro. Like,
yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, it wasn't like it ain't like I don't think he would be facilitating at like a super high level over here.
Why not? Jimmy did it
because Jimmy was doing it. That's why he wouldn't do it.
No, but what I'm saying is Jimmy wasn't doing that before he got here.
Real. That's real.
Bro,
that
you think he could have been like
won't say
Jalen Brunson light? You think he could have been that good? Maybe not to what Jalen.
Maybe not game wise, but like slowly, like rolls into like
creeping towards that level.
I like that. I like that. I ain't mad at that. But yeah. But bro, like, but even still, like, why couldn't he be like last season? Like, he couldn't have grown into like last season De'Aaron Fox. Like, why could, like, you feel me? That's a good one too, De'Aaron.
I don't think that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, bro, if you had Tyrese Maxey, things would have became very clear very fast, I think, for the Miami Heat. Because I think if you draft Tyrese Maxey when they could have, I don't think Tyler Hero gets that contract. Because them practices would have been a doozy. Like, I'm not even talking about what they would have done on the court. I think what they would have done, the way they talk about how them practices is like wars and all that, like, we know who the hell they own, bro. Like, we see it when they play against elite competition. So yeah, bro, I think that Tyrese Maxey one might even be 2 for me, like over the Kyle Lowry one. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like,
it's tough. That's a tough. It could be 2.
I agree, because it's still the same kind of like concept of like which one resulted in kind of like greater success.
They wouldn't have brought Kyle here.
The whole top 3 is interchangeable to me.
We would have had that whole thing solidified and would have been on to something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of, but I agree. Like, I like it too, but I'm cool with it at 3 or 4. So I'm kind of like vacillating between the last two, between that run it back shit and the Miss Wells. Like, that Miss Wells resonates strongly with me because of what I'm watching Kyrie do right now, and I'm trying to figure out whether or not that's like the hindsight. Like, I'm watching it now, realizing what it could have been in Miami. You know what I mean?
You told me to get over it, nigga.
I did take it. So that's why I can't go there. I got to say run it back. Running back was the worst thing that ever happened to this organization. Them choosing to bring back this same core repeatedly over and over again has just kind of like deteriorated the morale. It's deteriorated the product on the court. It's bored fans to tears. And we've seen diminished results like every year of it. So we went from being in contention for like a top seed in the East to being a play-in team for the past 2 years with the same essential core. So choosing to do that has like that shit has kind of made its
internal
way.
Growth stop.
Huh?
The internal growth and what they leaned on, it did not work.
Yeah, calling everybody a fucking star. I don't know if I'm projecting that on, because that's I hear it from 5 reasons. So like I don't know if I'm projecting that onto the franchise, but I tend to be somebody who trusts kind of what I'm hearing from them since they're plugged in. So like if they saying people like Caleb Martin is a star or Jaime Jaquez or whatever is a star, then I don't like that.
That's how
Devin
they
Booker?
act, though. Like they do treat them like they're that good, you know, not making moves for even notable role players. They don't sign role players at all. Like anybody with a name, PJ Washington, they don't sign that dude. They don't sign Jeremy Grant. They don't sign anybody with that's decent unless they're like an elder. Kevin Love, how you doing? Jay Crowder, Iggy. Unless they old, bro, like they don't sign solid role players to just come in and fill a role. So like they might genuinely believe like these dudes, Caleb Martin, Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, if he figures it out, like all those dudes can actually like turn into whatever they want that to be. So they might genuinely believe that.
Look, if you said we about to run it back minus Caleb Martin, that would continue the trend of what we do. We always run it back and we lose something, but don't replace it with anything better. Like that's how this goes. What you about to say, Threat?
I said I talked to one scout. Yeah. And it was in regards to Tyler Hero. And they told me Devin Booker. Nah, nigga. Think bigger. Think the fuck bigger.
What's wrong with me, like? Big dog. We've been down since
You didn't know what happened before that night, bro.
Why you couldn't tell us this pre-show? Like, hold on, big dog. I didn't know you was out
Nigga breaking news on the pod. What's going on?
I just want to add, what's so weird about the running it back thing is that like they've done this before. I won't count the Big Three era because it made sense for them to do it because they actually won titles. So it's like they earned the right for that 2014 season, even though they amnesty Mike Miller to run it back. But the 2017, they got rid of them boys like really quick. Well, I guess maybe because it was Shaq and his attitude and his personality, like, was kind of probably like the main like detriment to that. But it's weird that like they won and they still got off of that. This team didn't win, and they just was like, here go two more for y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's really weird.
It is. Look, so at 7:30, we will be still hosting the episode of the Run and Scrub Heat podcast. Not Run and Scrub Heat podcast. I'm sorry, the Struggle Mills podcast. We're going live at 7:30 there. But we still got a couple minutes here, and I want to spend these last 10 minutes that we got together talk about the blatant and utter disrespect of my GOAT, Dwyane Wade. Like, I think all of us have seen like the nonsense on the timeline. I'm thinking particularly of what's his name, Josh Ellerby tweet or whatever, where he had like these tiers of guys who were better than Wade, and he had Kawhi and Giannis on that list, and then he had Chris Paul and James Harden. We can have a conversation, and then he had a list of other guys not being on there. Just interested to hear y'all thoughts about the discourse. TJ, we'll start with you, make our way around, and then close this out.
I think I have like a little bit of a different perspective. I just think as a whole, like NBA fans as a whole, they just don't give a fuck about the Miami Heat, just being completely real. So when it comes to players that obviously we're fans of the team, we're watching every game. Dwayne Wade is like I said, he's a lot of our GOATs. Like he's a lot of our favorite player. So we're watching game after game after game of this dude. Whereas the NBA as a whole, they haven't cared about the Miami Heat unless like LeBron was here, which is the only thing that they talk about. You can tell by the way that they cover the team when the national games are going on. All they talk about is Heat culture and fucking undrafteds. That's been the same narrative every national TV game for the last 6 years. They don't care about the Miami Heat. So when it comes to like these all-time rankings and these all-time players, like a lot of people just look over Dwayne Wade because nobody cares about the Miami Heat. And it's less a Dwayne Wade problem, and it's more so a Miami Heat problem. Just because people don't care. People aren't watching. The only time they really cared about Dwayne Wade was when LeBron was here. And then once LeBron left, it was kind of like, oh, that's LeBron's former teammate when they're playing. Oh, they used to play in Miami, But it's never been about D Wade being good or bad. It's kind of like we don't give a fuck.
So I can get that perspective from like fans and like the talking heads like Colin Cowherd, Skip Bayless, those type of guys. I don't understand that type of smoke from people like Kendrick Perkins, who had the audacity to say that he didn't know whether or not Wade or Bosh was the real second option while they
Wade
were
or
here.
who?
Wade or Bosch? Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was something else on that, but it probably is. But yeah, like I don't like. Come on, brother. You played against them. You saw what Wade did routinely to all the teams that you played on.
That nigga spent baseline and dunked on him, bro. Like
2 hands, and then
we
did
know
the
it.
twirl
We know what it. Yeah, we know what it is. He even tweeted about that. I remember that back in the day. He was like, "Oh, people when they get a big dunk, they don't have to do all that celebrate." Like Kendrick Perkins tweeted that like back in the day, like after that happened.
Well, Kendrick Perkins should dunk on somebody like that and see if he ever gets a chance to celebrate. Threat. I seen your tweet, bro. Your tweet was like one of the things that kind of got me started down this rabbit hole. I didn't really see it before you started talking about it. But yeah, give me your perspective on kind of like the way people are treating Wade in hindsight now.
I'm gonna be real. I called this a long time ago. I remember I text Kendall, dog. I was like, dog, what the fuck is going on with the Dwayne Wade discourse? Like, why the fuck is it trending the way that it's trending? Like, kids today don't resonate with Dwayne Wade at all. Like, you talk to kids today, bro, and for some reason, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but niggas are gassing Paul George to be some phenomenon. The kids love, bro. My brother and his friends, they love Paul George, bro. I don't get it. He's never done anything, never accomplished anything. But you speak about Dwayne Wade, and it's like, I mean, he was cool, I guess, or whatever. Is he really top 3 shooting guard? That it's not a debate. It should have never been a debate to begin with. We're fucking a LeBron James, and that's one of my favorite players all time. We're LeBron James collapse away from Dwayne Wade having 4 NBA championships and 2 Finals MVPs. He was averaging 26-27 in that Finals that LeBron choked in, bro. Like the Dwayne Wade discourse is in such a nasty, disgusting place, bro, and it just doesn't make sense to me from a basketball standpoint why anybody would think Dwayne Wade. All these guys that you watch, bro, the Donovan Mitchells, dog, these guys are molding their game after Dwayne Wade, bro. Like the things that you're wowed and you're surprised by, bro. Dwayne Wade Ben did that, bro. And he's a two-way star, bro. He did it on both ends of the court. I hate the discourse so much, bro. And it's the most infuriating one to watch take place right now because they're diminishing him so badly, bro. Like I don't know how we could stop it. I don't know how we could put a muzzle on that motherfucker, bro. It's like all people know Dwayne Wade for at this point is the latter years with LeBron and off-court shit. They don't know anything prior to 2012, bro, at all. Like, and it's nuts.
The funny thing about it is, like, the man averaged 21 plus for 3 out of the 4 years that him and LeBron James played together. And in the 4th year, he averaged 19. And people act like he was just, like, getting carried around the court. Like, sure, he wasn't the player who he once was. But I think what happened, part of what happened is when the game changed to kind of like the three-point centric game that we kind of watching now, people started placing a heavier emphasis on people who could shoot the 3 ball. And Wade notoriously wasn't a great 3-point shooter, but they seem to use that as like a demerit for him. Like they taking away points for him not being able to shoot a 3 as opposed to seeing it for what he really was. Like, even though he couldn't shoot 3s, and everybody knew he couldn't shoot 3s, and everybody knew he was going to the rim, they could not stop him from doing it.
I mean, Ja Morant,
Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, all of them come from that same tree that you were talking about, Donovan Mitchell tree. Varying levels of skills and like different ways of getting that done, but they all come from the same kind of tree. Kendall, give me your thoughts on this Dwayne Wade talk, bro.
Bro, it's insane because that's obviously my GOAT, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real. The shit that like people go crazy over, like what people were like Harden. Even now, I mean, I hope he gets his first one. Even though, because I've been on his ass heavy, Luka, because I didn't like the way Luka was as a teammate. And I always thought like he was too good to be acting the way he did. Some of the stuff that Luka did, bro, like, it's impressive, But bro, like D Wade was down 0-2, bro. The nigga averaged 39 on 50% shooting. He got to the line 18 times a game. Bro, like that's insane. I'm gonna be real, bro. Like there hasn't been anything that is the best finals. Like it's the best finals of anybody since like Shaq in the LA.
Bron,
18. I was thinking Bron 18, but I don't know.
when he lost, like that shit was incredible. Now Andre Iguodala got a Finals MVP for getting a triple double average on his head. Like it's one of the most.
But he lost though ultimately.
Yeah, he lost though. Like I get it, brother.
And the thing is, bro, like, and you know, TJ said the fact that he plays for Miami. You know, you said the 3-ball, bro. But I'm gonna point to Shaq, bro. I think that's a big cloud, like over like D Wade's first championship. Because a lot of people who wasn't watching basketball, and we have like these younger kids now. Shaq is more relevant in today's game than D Wade is, because D Wade, he on TV Tuesday every once in a while, the player, whatever one is called, on TNT when that game's on. But those usually be during football season and a lot of things going on. Shaq be on TV during the playoffs. He always references, when I was in Miami, oh, I told D Wade, what you gonna do? This, that, those story. That story always runs rampant.
Bro. I hate that story,
bro. Like, oh, they doubling me. What the fuck you gonna do? I'm like, it just came up again recently. Oh, I found out recently during that time he was going through a divorce. Like, bro, like, I think it's insane, bro. Like, and it's not, bro. Like, even who Wade was as a player, bro. Kobe's name casts like a cloud over it. Wade's defensive game, bro. Kobe got like 3 or 4 first team all defensive teams that he does not deserve.
He got a few first team all NBAs that he don't deserve.
The first team, well, those 08, he won MVP, so I get it. 09, that was D Wade best year. He won. Well, it's still a regular season, but he was number 1 seed, all that. Then he won a chip, whatever. I get that, but bro, like, something that made Wade special was like his defense too. Wade was like a two-way player to the fucking court. Like, and there's this chart that has like defensive win shares, like all these defensive metrics from like 08 to like 2011 or something like that, or 09 to 2011. And D Wade smoked Kobe literally in every category except 1 year. I think it was 09 or 2010. Like, that was the only year where Kobe had more like wins, check the boxes more in them defensive categories. And it's like, bro, I just don't get it. Like, and I think I get it. I think it's just the comfort level and how D Wade carries himself in terms of like who he is as a person. Like, he rarely ever like boasts his own name up. Like, Wade always showing love to everybody else and this and that. And I think like his fans, me, and like a lot of Heat fans kind of took after like his, like, that approach. Like, bro, like, yeah, I think Kobe better than D Wade all time. Yeah, sure. But that certain sector of fan base is always like making sure Kobe's name is mentioned in like Michael Jordan, LeBron conversations. LeBron fans are always make sure, oh, when you talk about GOAT, you better make sure you put LeBron name second at the least, like, or first. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, stands, they saying first. And most people, it's like, bro, it's crazy to me because it's like, bro was cold, bro. Like, but Threat pointed it out to me, bro. Like, it's going to a place that is just like, it makes no sense, bro. Like, and it's weird because he was easily the 3rd best player in the league for like 4 years. Like, from like 06 to like 2011, bro. Like, he was the best. It was him, LeBron, and Kobe, bro. Like, that was the discussion, and that was it. Like, after 06, to me, he was the best player in the league. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James wasn't better than D Wade, like, to me at that point. And another thing, my last point is, bro, damn, I forgot it. Oh, when it comes to all time, I got some hot takes, like, that people might think is hot, but I don't care, bro. Like, Wade don't got no fuck nigga ring. Like that first ring, bro. Like KD don't got that. James Harden don't got that. Chris Paul don't got that.
Does Giannis have it, bro? Because a lot of people talk about how the year Giannis won, bro, year after the bubble, like the short offseason type shit for people. I know people using it as an excuse for the Miami Heat, but like
I would be able to agree with it.
That 2021 season has some stank on it.
I would be able to agree with it, but the thing is, like, he had to run through the team that kicked him out the year before. Like, It wasn't like he was like they did, like they was out of the first round in the sweep or something. Like they made it to the second round. They was in the bubble for a little minute too. You feel me? So it's and he got hurt, and then the quick turnaround. So I'll give Giannis like his respect, bro. But like, bro, like it's running crazy out here, bro. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
It is. This is probably.
But you see role players. You see like role players show like D Wade so much love. You got Terry Rozier, Peyton Pritchard, like even Donovan Mitchell. Went at the time, like he was known as a role player. Kevin Herter, bro. Like it's weird, but I don't know.
Yeah, this is probably gonna go down as the longest episode of the Random Scrub Heat podcast era. And rightfully so. We deserve to talk more than them. Thank you, Josh McIntosh, with the 199. Don't know. He said it happened to push James Harden up the list, brother. I don't know, bro. Like I understand why James Harden is regarded so highly for people who like hezzy tween ball, but I don't think he should be there. But look, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Random Scrub Heat podcast. We had 356.7 people watching this live with us on all these platforms. So if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like that video and subscribe. If you're watching us on Twitch, make sure you leave a follow for us over there. If you're watching us on Twitter, we appreciate you. Make sure you follow the Basement Sports Network at Basement Sports N on there. Make sure y'all tap in with at least me on playback. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a playback for game 1 of the finals right after I get finished with the Random Scrub Heat podcast, which starts in 3 minutes. So thank you guys in the comments, as always, for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Huh?
You mean Struggle Mills?
Struggle Mills. They both got podcasts in it, and I'm doing both of the podcasts today. Appreciate y'all, but I appreciate you, Gang, for the correction. I thank you for helping me stay on the straight and narrow. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Thank you to all the Kangs who pulled up one time for the one time. We'll see you niggas next. Well, some of us might. TJ, you gonna be back next week, bro?
We gonna see.
Need a stop and a rebound. Fournier for 3.
Oh my. That was the Random Scrub Heat podcast.